What is Bún Bò Huế? In Vietnamese, bún means noodles, bò means beef, and Huế is the name of a city in central Vietnam. Even though this popular Vietnamese Huế beef noodle soup is not as well known as phở in Western cultures, it is definitely the hotter, the sexier, and the wilder distant cousin of phở. So if you love phở and you want to kick it up a few notches in flavors, then give Bún Bò Huế a try. Anyhow, here is my take on how to make the tastiest Bún Bò Huế that will satisfy even the avid phở fan. So let's get cooking. Every family has their own spin on making Bún Bò Huế. For my family, we super duper loves the full body addictive beef broth. Therefore, we used to use only cuts of beef and no other influence of pork nor pineapples. Here we have beef leg bones, beef oxtail, or we may use beef neck bones, beef shank, or we may use beef brisket, and pre-cooked beef tendon, or we may use beef drop flank. As for Bún Bò Huế toppings, my family enjoys Huế-style silk pork ham, also known as chả Huế, and cubes of congealed pork blood. These are my homemade chả Huế. However, we may also use the store-bought silken pork ham, also known as chả lụa. And these are pre-cooked pork blood we may buy at Asian market to save time and energy. For aromatics, we use lemongrass, ginger, sweet onion, and shallots. Bún Bò Huế is known for their robust, spicy flavor with beautiful orange-red color. Therefore, ingredients like shrimp sauce, chili flake, chili sauce, lemongrass, garlic, shallot, annatto powder, and paprika powder are used. Any good cook will tell you that ultimate homemade soup is a labor of love. Similar to making phở, Vietnamese beef noodle. The key to any good Bún Bò Huế is the full-body beef broth that is clear and tasty with an amazing aroma. To achieve this result, the bones and the meat are prepared with the following steps. Rinse them very well. After that, soak the bones and the meat in cold water with vinegar and sea salt for at least 6 hours in the refrigerator. This helps the bones to loosen the soft matter so the broth will be enriched with wonderful flavors and aroma. As for the meat, it helps to release the blood and to soften tough muscle so that the broth won't be cloudy and the meat will achieve its maximum flavor and aroma. This step takes a bit of effort, but like anything that is worth waiting for, the result is absolutely rewarding. To make the process simple, we may start this task on Friday morning before we go to work because this step only takes about 10 minutes and the rest is waiting for soaking time. We may add ice to the water and change it a few times if we don't have a refrigerator. In the evening, we can start cooking Bún Bò Huế by bringing a pot of water to a boil over high heat. While waiting, rinse the bones, meat, tendon, and the aromatic ingredients. Once the water is boiled, add bones, oxtail, shank, and bring it back to a boil. This may take about 10 minutes. Therefore, let's prepare the aromatic ingredients. Wrap the sweet onion and shallots in foil paper. As for the ginger, lightly tap it before wrapping it in foil paper. We will roast them at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. As for the lemongrass, cut them in half, gently tap at the roots, and tie them like this. Let's go back and check on our big pot. When we see scums floating to the top, use a big strainer to pick up the bones, oxtail, meat, and rinse them clean. In a 16-quart pot, add beef bones and shank. I have the pre-cooked beef tendon and beef oxtails in this basket mesh strainer for easy removal. Fill the pot with filtered water. Add lemongrass, roast ginger, roast onion, roast shallot, and bring this pot to a soft boil over high heat. This may take 30 minutes. Avoid the broth from reaching a hot boil, as it will cause the broth to become cloudy. Once the broth comes to a soft boil, reduce the heat to medium. Add rock sugar and sea salt. At this point, place a chopstick across the pot at the edge like this. Put the lid on and simmer for 2 to 3 hours. In the meantime, let's prepare Bún Bò Huế spicy flavor bombs. In a sauce pot, add filtered water, shrimp sauce, and mix over medium heat until completely dissolves. Once boiled, remove from the heat and remove the foams. Let the broth cool down. Don't disturb the broth because after a while, we will use the clear broth on top. Preheat a pan over medium heat. Add oil. Here I am using grapeseed oil. Shallots and stir until fragrant. Add lemongrass and stir for about 1 minute. Add garlic and stir until garlic turns light golden. Add annatto powder, paprika powder, and stir to combine. Turn the heat off. Add Việt Hương fish sauce and stir to combine. Turn the heat back on to low. Adding shiitake mushroom seasoning is optional, but it is needed for that ultimate umami flavors. Sugar in the raw, chili sauce, and spicy pepper flakes. You may add more chili flakes to meet your spicy level. Give it a good stir to combine and remove from heat. We don't add shrimp sauce in this pan to avoid our house from having a pungent odor and to prevent the broth from cloudy residue. Let's go back to our main pot. By now, the shank, the oxtail, and the pre-cooked tendon are ready because they are fork tender. Transfer them into a big bowl with cold water. The cold water helps the cooked meat to foam up and to maintain their nice color. After they have cooled down completely, take them out of the water and keep them in the fridge for easy slicing. Now we will remove the onion and some of the beef fat before we add in the spicy flavor bombs. Oh, remember to save some on the side for spicy eaters to add at the table. As for the shrimp sauce flavor bomb, pour in the clear stock. However, run it through a fine sieve like this once it reaches the last portion that has many loose matters. Continue to simmer on low heat for another 5 hours or overnight for optimal flavors. Have a good sleep, everyone. The next morning, remove the ginger, the lemongrass, and the bones. Taste and adjust if needed. Bring this back to a soft boil. Once boiled, reduce heat to medium-low. During this time, we need to prepare all the essentials. Cook the noodles. Here I have fresh rice vermicelli, which I make from scratch using the Philips pasta maker. This time I used the 3mm disc to make the big size noodles, especially for Bún Bò Huế. Cook the pre-cooked pork leg in hot water over low heat before adding them to the Bún Bò Huế pot. Prepare the vegetables. Our favorite herbs for Bún Bò Huế are shredded banana blossom, but our local market ran out, so I have purple cabbage instead. Vietnamese coriander, perilla, mint, and bean sprout. Prepare just enough protein for the meal and keep the rest in the fridge. Do not slice too thick nor too thin and put them in a small pot. Pour in just enough broth and simmer over low heat to keep them moist. The beautiful orange-red broth is the signature color of Bún Bò Huế. The choice of meat are healthy with just enough protein for one serving. Doesn't this bowl of Bún Bò Huế look absolutely amazing? Let's eat, shall we? Ooh! Oh my god, the satisfaction. I love the combination of flavors and textures, so deep and rich. The slurping includes the messiness. The full body beef broth is to die for, even for the avid fan. Bún Bò Huế is my go-to bowl of comfort noodle soup. If you ask me what my all-time favorite noodle soup is, then I would have to say Bún Bò Huế. Since Bún Bò Huế freezes very well, we can make a big pot and save the leftovers for emergency meals. Thank you so much for watching and happy cooking for your loved ones. If you find my video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with your family and friends. See you guys next time. Chào cả nhà nha.